Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ladies Power Lunch. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is such a pleasure for me to invite my very dear friend Akanke to come chat with us today on Ladies Power Lunch Free Gift Friday. Now, here's the thing. Y'all know Akanke because she is our go-to guru, our expert when we need to have any questions about speaking answered. And today, she's going to share with us just how multi-talented she is because she's going to share with us some of the new things that she has going on. I want to take a minute before we start, though, to just say thank you to everybody who's joining us over in our Facebook group. Welcome. I invite you, please just drop a comment or some words to let us know that you are here in our Ladies Power Lunch group. And once we are coming to the end, we will choose a winner for today's Free Gift Friday among the people who have actually commented during our live today. So thank you so much for joining and welcome, welcome, welcome. Akanke, it is such a pleasure to have you here. Can you share with everybody? Because I don't think I ever do you justice when I try to explain what you do. I feel like I always fall short because you do so very much. Can you share with everybody who you are and what it is that you do in the world?
Davia, I'm multi-passionate, multi-talented, and I own that not because I say that's from me, it's from source. And I think one of the things that we have to do is we have to acknowledge the gifts that we have in order to rise up and ascend on our journey in service to creation, to make transformation real in the world, to help others grow as we have grown ourselves. So, what I do is I take what I've learned on this path of self actualization, on this path of personal growth and development, which I'm just geeky about. I love personal development. I love self actualization. I love spirituality. And I feel that that is the undergird of everything, our spiritual awareness, our process of growing and becoming more human, better humans. And what I do with that is I coach around that. I point people in the direction that will bring them sustainable success, if you will, because the undergird of that sustainable success is our spiritual actualization that propels our self actualization, because this is just the reality of life. I'm assuming that you and people who are watching, or most of the people in the group, believe in a source higher than we are, than they are. And that source is the fuel for our trajectory. Once we're connected to that, once we are grateful for that, in obedience to that, in alignment with that, dancing with that beautifully in life, then we have sustainable success. When we have that kind of undergird in our life, we have a tendency, when it's cultivated, to not live in fear and grief. Those things rob us of the beauty of the moment. They rob us of the blessings. They rob us of the potentiality that we are and the service that we are here divinely to give. And everybody has a unique service to give. So I'm the Ascension coach, the one who is a visionary coach, the one who can help others see their blessings and understand the best way to use them if they're stuck, or if they just need some more insight and a vision forward, a way forward, and how to culminate all that they are and who they are and those divine yearnings into something meaningful to create transformation in the world.
Oh, Akanke, this is so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. So I'm seeing a lot of likes and hearts over here in the Facebook group for you. And Celeste says sustainable success. Yes.
Yes.
So you're, I feel, speaking to the right audience, but just to make sure that we're narrowing things down a bit and that we know exactly who would be appropriate for you. who do you serve? Who are the people who, when they come to see you, Akanke, and they sit in your presence, you feel like it's a symphony because you are working so well together?
I love that symphony. I love that language. Very poetic. My clients are ones who know they're gifted but feel stuck and stagnant. They are living in some element of uncertainty, fear, self-doubt, or lack of decision, can't really see the way forward. I am the visionary that can help them see their way forward. So entrepreneurs in their business, relationships, a wide variety of circumstances. But if you want to see the way forward and you want someone who has the magic of recognition, seeing patterns, being able to see what you can't see, being able to synergize what I hear and what I see and what I feel and what I download, I give that to you in a way that helps you say, ah, I never thought about it that way. Ah, that's great. These are common responses. And this is not me, this is a gift. So I don't own my gift. My gift is a trust to me. So the clients who are ready to move forward with more clarity, more understanding how to bring their gifts together and serve, those are the ones that I'm looking for. I'm here for you.
I just got goosebumps when you talked a little bit about your gifts being entrusted to you and not owning your gifts, but your gifts are entrusted to you. I feel like that's such a powerful way of looking at it because a lot of the times I find that we have special gifts, we have special talents, and we hide them from the world because we feel uncomfortable. We feel a little bit like we're going to be judged for them. But when we appreciate that these beautiful gifts are actually entrusted to us, that takes this whole thing to a new level. And I want you to say a little bit more about this idea of your recognition magic, because I don't think everybody fully understands what that is about. I understand it, and I am so grateful that you have it and you're my friend so that I can call you up and ask you to recognize me. But can you tell us a little bit more about what that means?
Yeah, sure. So recognition magic. So we each have a particular gift. We have multiple gifts, actually. Many of us have multiple gifts, but there's a particular gift, a particular way that you've been blessed to be and to serve from that place of being. Some people are, and what I will say is my recognition magic is my zone of being able to intuitively see and articulate what I see that others cannot see. I see patterns, I see movement, I see direction, I can see things that other people can't see for themselves in terms of a client relationship. There are other kinds of magic. What's your magic? You have multiple magics also.
Oh, I'm so magical. I can't even begin to tell you, Akanke. Just so
Absolutely.
magical.
There's expansion magic, and I think you have expansion magic, the capacity to be able to see the expansiveness of things, see the generosity of things. So you can talk a little bit about that. That's not my particular magic. I have multiple magics, but that's not one of them. So, but to your question, this is beneficial because it helps others to see the way forward and helps them to get more, to accelerate their trajectory, to maybe even skip some steps and let go of holding on to uncertainty and move forward with greater understanding of what's best for them to go forward. And it's not me telling them, it's me reminding them and showing them. It's me tapping into their magic through my magic and helping them to elevate who they are meant to be, how they're meant to serve, and know understanding how to do that and go forward with it. Because people are, like you said, we have these gifts that are entrusted to us that are meant to be in service to creation, yet we are hiding out, we're second guessing, we're overtraining and overdoing things. Like we got to have all kinds of trainings and certifications in order to do what we are innately inclined to do. There's nothing wrong with training. I've done lots of trainings and they are all benefiting me today. But what I'm saying is, oftentimes we think we have to get the PhD when we only need the high school diploma, really the high school diploma for someone who's in the fourth grade. They will, it's about serving from what you have innately. It's about
Mm-hmm,
serving from
mm-hmm.
those natural gifts. So that is just that's just the truth. We oftentimes don't recognize our magic in the way that we should, and it's time for us to get over ourselves, and it's time for us to have a vertical relationship. And what that is that that means oftentimes that fear and that grief that I spoke about earlier is a horizontal relationship to life. We're grieving over something that happened, some mistakes that happened, some things somebody did to us, some failures that we had, or we're afraid of failing again. We're afraid of what's going to happen in the future. And we're forgetting this very moment in which we can take whatever happened in the past as lessons and blessings. There's nothing wrong, there's no shame. If we are living consciously, we take everything that we have learned on this journey of ascension. We take everything that we've learned, everything that we've experienced, the joys and the challenges, and we use them as data, as information. What works, what doesn't work, how to forgive, how to move on, how to keep going, because life is precious. We are one day closer to the grave. I promise you that. We're all going to meet that destiny at some point. In the meantime, we got to let go and live fully, live vibrantly, live on purpose with who we are destined and divinely assigned to be and to serve in that beingness. Part of how we are in our magic is not just for us. No, it's for those around us, beginning with ourselves, our family, our community, and others outside of that.
You are hitting the notes that everybody in the chat is just resonating with. You're getting all these hearts and these likes. Celeste says it's so powerful to have a coach who can see things more clearly than we can when we're in the thick of things. And I have to agree with that. I was talking to a patient this morning, and you guys know my deep held secret. I talk to my patients about their health and wellness, but I slip in a little bit of coaching in the back door when they're not looking. And we were talking about this very thing, that the mind is so powerful and it's so wonderful, but we are built to live as community. And of course, everybody knows about my book, Grow Smarter, and the fact that I really truly believe that we're all meant to be puzzle pieces, be part of a whole. And so being able to use your mind and use your gifts to support the community is fantastic. And it brings that fully vibrant, on purpose life of which you speak. So I love, love, love what you're saying. Definitely a lot of really great comments for you here in the chat. I invite you to hop on over once we're done and take a look at those. Akanke, if you had the opportunity to, just, I'm sure you're seeing all sorts of clients coming in all the time, and we're stuck. We're stuck on this thing or that thing or the other thing. If you had the opportunity to just put your arms around us as the world and say to us, give us some words of advice to get us past this point of being stuck, what would you have to tell us?
Well, the first thing is to just be still and listen and trust. So there's something about the stillness of the moment because we're so distracted by so many things in life, from media to entertainment to social media to things going on in our personal lives, that we forget to be still. There's so much power in being still, taking time out for ourselves, getting in touch with that deeper voice, that voice that often gets silence because there's so much other noise going on. And
Mhm.
then journal, because there's the purpose of that is to get the information that you usually don't get, you usually don't take time to tap into, and hear what that voice is saying. What is that voice? What is that yearning? So if you're stuck, there's a way to get unstuck, and you are that way, but you have to put yourself in a different space. You have to take yourself from the busyness of your normal day, or your normal mind chatter, your normal preoccupation with the past and with the future, and just be here. And when you've done that, be grateful. Look at the blessings. Look at the successes you've had. Look at the things that you've done well. And from that, ask source, what's the way forward? And when you listen for those answers, don't want all 99 steps. Just listen for the first one.
First one. Yes, I love that. Oh my gosh, that's so true. You know why this is so it is always so amazing when you and I get together and have a conversation, Akanke, because I feel like our minds just meet. Wouldn't you just know, in journaling this morning, one of the things that flowed out was don't expect to see the entire staircase. Just take the next step. This is the next step. And meditation and journaling, like Marianne is saying over here in the chat, is something that I also use as a go-to. That is such great advice. Such great advice.
And one thing I want to say also, Dr. Tavia, is that we often think of meditation as that quiet time that I mentioned where you really take time. But I also want to elevate our understanding of meditation, that we can also meditate while we're practicing, while we're doing things. So there are two ways to do it. You do it in the silence, and then you can bring that into your life. Live in a way that has equanimity, where you are at peace no matter what's going on. You're the quiet in the storm, and you can still hear even when there's a lot of chaos going on around you. So let's meditate in both of those ways, in the quiet moments, and bring the quiet to the chaos.
Well, I want to know more about that, Akanke, because my aim in life is to always be able to tap into my inner peace. Even when everything around me is chaos, my desire at all times is to be able to tap into that inner peace. But it's easier said than done. Do you have any tricks of the trade that we can use to remind ourselves about how to do that?
I would say the best thing, the first thing, is to breathe. The breath is the thing that connects us to this moment, that everything is going to be okay. Just in the moment, just pausing and taking a breath gives your brain time to get the oxygen it needs, to know that life doesn't end in this moment, and that we have a choice in the moment to choose how to respond to the moment, to choose how to move forward, and to choose how to react. Now, does it mean we'll get it right every time? No, we won't get it right every time, but it's the practice of doing it that increases our equanimity, our moments of being peaceful. And really, again, it's having the remembrance of peace within us. Really, that's my secret, is remembering that I'm not alone in this life journey, that Source is with me, and Source is generous and kind and most loving and beautiful and amazing, and the source of all good. So if we have that, if we're living in that vertical relationship, that vertical moment, that we know that this moment is all there is, this is a sourced moment, we have life, we have breath, it's going to be okay. And moments pass. We have bad moments, we have arguments or disagreements with whomever. Things happen. And look at the world. There's so much going on in the world. But we can also find the beauty in the world, the peace in the world, because we can find it within ourselves. And the things that bother us about the world, we can take a stand for it and be a change for it. Be Leave things better than we find them. Be the peace in the storm. Again, having that centered. self, that vertical relationship where we're grounded and we're connected to source, and that source grounds us to love for ourselves. We extend that to others. This sounds really ideal. In practice, it can be challenging, but it is doable. It is real. You meet people and you say, wow, she's just, or he's got this, this hum, this peace about him or her. So it's possible. We bring that to us, to wherever we are. We can bring that with us, and it gets cultivated through practice, through awareness, through gratitude, through appreciation for life, through pausing and not reacting to everything, and through knowing that moments pass anyway. We want to make sure we do the best we can with this moment, so that we build upon each moment one at a time and not be regretful. And doesn't mean that we won't sometimes be regretful. We will. And that's the test of life. Life is a test.
Beautiful. I love that so much. So, Akanke, I ask these questions of pretty much everybody who comes onto the show. And so just really quickly, because of course you and I could have this conversation forever, but we're almost up on time. So do's and don'ts of living that fully vibrant and on purpose life. What are your suggestions for us?
Let's see, I have a few. I would say the first one is to live in awareness, just to be aware of who you're being in the moment, who you are
Mhm.
in life, how you show up. Be grateful. Gratitude produces more things to be grateful for. Don't live in fear and grief. Live in the blessings. Live instead of fear, live in hope of the future. Instead of grief of the past, live in the blessings and the lessons and the beauty of what has happened before. And take these things into a life that is inspired. Use these things, your awareness, your gratitude, your hope, and your blessings and your lessons, to continue to live an inspired life that will transform you and create transformation in the service that you do to others, the service that you provide, the coaching, the business that you're running, the relationships that you have. And also be compassionate. Self-compassion, have self-compassion, because you're not perfect, we're not perfect, and compassion towards others, so that we don't expect perfection. We don't expect everything to be hunky dory all the time, but we take those moments of tension, those moments of difficulty, and we do something meaningful with them. We don't burn, we don't crash and burn, but we uplift, we pause, we forgive, we ask for forgiveness, and we move on and live an inspired life, and create more transformation and beauty through that process.
That's wonderful. Give us some resources that you have plugged into that you found to be particularly helpful. It could be technology, it could be apps, it could be a book, podcast, anything that you think will help us along our journey.
Wow. I make no, I have no shame in saying this, but connecting to our spiritual source is the thing that informs all the other things. So cultivating a relationship with the divine and seeing our spiritual intelligence, our spirituality, as the source for everything else that informs our life, how we eat, how we relate, how we choose to work, everything. That's it. That's the technology. That's the best
That's
technology.
the technology. I love this. This is just like the conversation I was having with our dear friend Manda yesterday. And we were both laughing because we said, oh, I'm always talking to everybody about collaboration, but really Source is my number one collaboration partner. It's it's
Exactly.
it's just so amazing. It always comes right back to Source and spirituality and all of that. So give us one last final word of encouragement. What do you have to tell us?
What I have to tell you is that you're on a journey from source back to source. And in the middle, it's about remembering source, remembering your gifts, remembering your purpose, remembering your from where all of your gifts come, and using them in service to creation. Do that. Go do that right now.
Yes, ma'am. Awesome. So it's Free Gift Friday. So we will be giving away a free gift to one of our beautiful people who are joining us on Our Ladies Parliament Facebook page. So, what do you have to give us today? What's our gift?
I have a 30-minute consultation, an intuitive consultation to help guide you and give you an understanding through my recognition magic of what's next for you, how to bring things together. If you're stuck, I'm going to help you see things a little bit differently than what you can see for yourself. So it's an opportunity to sit down with me and for me to embrace you, to create space for you, to honor you, to hear you, to see you, and to support you.
Ladies and a few gentlemen who will join us. Here's the thing. I know Akanke, and I'm feeling a little bit jealous right now, to be honest, that you all are going to have an opportunity to win this wonderful, beautiful prize from her today. So let's see who's going to be our lucky winner. I invite you, Akanke. Can you choose a number between 1 and 20, please?
7.
And our winner today, and there are no accidents. Every single week I say this, and people are probably thinking, oh, whatever. But truly, there are no accidents. The winner today is a dear friend of mine who's also been a featured guest on our show, Celeste Hartwell. She is our lucky Free Gift Friday winner. But the fact of the matter is, we are all winners. So I invite you all to go ahead and reach out to connecting with Akanke. Akanke, what's the easiest way for people who are watching to get in touch with you?
Well, you can go to my website, akankerasheed.com, and fill out my opt in there, and I'll be in touch with you. I also have an upcoming course that's going to start on July 18th called The Sacred Journey of Ascension. It's a 4-week exploration into the innate spirituality of life and success and self actualization. So I invite you to that. I can post the link to learn more about that and to register if you're interested in that and engage with me for over a course of 4 weeks where we really dive deep into everything that I've said and more and give some practical tools on how to create sustainable success with the undergird of faith and trust and knowing that you have a partner. Source is your partner.
I
And
love all of that. And we're over time, but I have one more question for you because I take advantage of your expertise as a speaker coach very often. And I remind everybody very often too that you are a voice actor and you have all of these fantastic talents. Can you share also with everybody how they can listen to your podcast?
yes, my podcast is on Spotify and it is Authentic Heart and Soul. And I'm excited that I interviewed you this week. So we're going to have, we're going to publish that podcast on Monday, God willing. So Monday, we will hear our conversation where we talk about the need for collaboration and the spiritual nature of how we're sent here to work with each other and support each other and help each other. So Authentic Heart and Soul on Spotify. It's on iTunes too, I believe. So check it out.
Awesome. Congratulations to Celeste, our wonderful Free Gift Friday winner today. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And thank you, Akanke, for
Um,
being such an amazing guest
my
always.
thank you, Dr. Davia, for the work you're doing through the Ladies Power Lunch, through the ladies group, and all that you do. You're amazing.
Thank you. Have a great day, everybody. Bye. See you on
Bye.
the next show.